It's not, I don't know which English to use to explain this one to you, but seriously, then please don't use your, my advice though, don't use your money to buy this. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Success. If you're new here, well, I talk about nursing, lifestyle, faith, personal development, and everything in between. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. Well, if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe before you leave. So today I'm going to be talking about 6 or 7 resources for NCLEX. I'm going to be listing their pros and their cons, what you should expect in them, and then you'll be able to make better decision on what resource you want to use to prepare for your exam. I know you stumbled into this video because you're trying to find out what is in these resources, because you cannot buy all of them to find out what is in them. So you actually need to know what to expect. And if that is what you're looking for, please watch this video to the end and subscribe and like, because you're going to be seeing more content like this, okay? The first resource I'm going to be talking about is the most popular Youworld. Everybody that's preparing for this exam has probably heard about Youworld, used Youworld, or had a friend or someone who used Youworld. So Youworld is a question bank that has about 2,000 plus NCLEX style question. They do not have any resource for content areas, but they definitely have well explained strategy. So they have a 1-month plan, they have a 2-month plan, a 3-month plan, 6 months, and a year, and all have different prices. They are one of the most priciest resource in the market, but they are really worth it. And if you buy the 3-month plan, they have 2 test questions, which is not like the computer adaptive test, which is just multiple choice question test that you get to take, and it's over 100. Most people might not like this because the exam is over 145. You're trying to practice how to answer 145 at a sitting, but the only chance they give you is 100 question in 3 hours. But the highest amount of questions you can answer on their regular question is 75. And you can either mix all the questions to answer at once, or you can answer according to systems. The most reason why people use them is that their rationale is really good. The content area are definitely the NCLEX test plan, is what the NCLEX want to text you about. So are they a good resource? Yes. But if you're someone who wants a content review before answering questions, then they might not be the best for you. But for their rationales is like you're actually studying. It's really, really in-depth and good. But personally, for a first-time test taker studying for the NCLEX as an international student, it did not work for me as my only resource. Okay, and I know one way to better pass the NCLEX exam is sticking to one resource, but that rule might not apply for everyone because you have what you're looking for in each of these resource. But the best thing is actually to stick to one. Youworld was not the one I had to stick to because I really needed to brush up my content area strategy because I hadn't practiced for a year before taking the exam. The next resource I'm going to be talking about is Acha. So this is one of the newest resource, and it is actually really cheap. Like it's half of the price of Youworld. And Acha had a lot of mistakes when it comes to the wording of their question, their options, and their answers. The thing I like about Acha is that their questions are as scanty and as vague as the NCLEX exam, which is like probably 1-line or 2-line questions or 3-line, depends, but it gives you the NCLEX vibe, and also the way their options are, which is like really straightforward and confusing at the same time. They don't give you too many cues and too many information like Youworld. So the answer is very good if you're looking for something with less money and you're looking for just questions. Their rationale is not the best. But from the last time I used it, which is like 2 months ago, they've actually really improved from like 3 months ago or 4 months ago. Now they have diagrams in their rationale. Now their rationale is more in depth and it's more explained. So if you're looking for a good resource and you don't have enough money, something that you can use in place of Youworld, I would say go for Acha if you want to. Another thing is the Acha also had the computer adaptive test that you could also use to practice. It just either tells you you pass or you fail. Acha also has a content bank where they have pre-recorded videos, but from people that I heard that use the Acha videos, they didn't really like it because the instructors were speaking too fast and the instructors were not going straight to the point as people would want when they're looking for a content video like that. Another resource that is so much in the market that people talk about is Rema Virtual Trainer. This one is almost the same price as Youworld, but for much more content. So if you buy the virtual trainer, you're getting actual content lecture. It's actually a nurse that teaches this Rema, so it's good you're actually learning from someone like you. This resource is one of the latest in the market as well, and the price is almost the same price as the Youworld 3 months package. But this time around, Rema added pre-recorded videos to her content. So now you're going to watch videos and you're going to also have a question bank to answer all the questions. And she also is giving out this quick fact for NCLEX. So I used this one. I bought it for $15. I did not use the virtual trainer. I just used this one. And this book is good. It contains like just quick facts you need to know, and I'm not also sure if it's still $15, but for whatever price it is, this book is actually really good. So another resource I would want to talk about is Kaplan. Now, Kaplan is also one of the oldest and one of the most expensive. The last time I checked, it was about $500. So Kaplan has question bank, and the rationale is not as great as Youworld, but it's good. So I did not buy the Kaplan question bank online, but I got this book. My auntie got it for me and my cousin also got one for me. So now I have like two of this book. I'm willing to send it out to whoever needs it, but you're going to pay for the shipping fee. It has how to answer the question, general computer strategy, what the NCLEX exam is about. I really love this book as an introduction to the NCLEX. It actually taught me how to answer NCLEX style question from the beginning, like as a novice. This book was a good introduction to how to answer the NCLEX questions. And then I love how we graduated from like simple questions to harder questions. I think I managed to finish all the questions in this book and they were helpful, but I'm going to talk about the resource that helped me like the most at the end of this video. So if you made it up to this point and you really want to know, please keep watching. So this Kaplan is really good. I suggest you get it for a first timer if you really just want to know probably you've not gotten your ATT or you've not started preparing actively. This just opens the door of your mind to what you're going to expect in this journey you're about to embark on. Another resource I'm going to be talking about is the Hurst review. They are also one of the oldest in the market. They have not changed how they've been doing their things for a while now. And this is one resource, I'm very sorry, but I did not like it. I didn't really see so much good review online about them. What people swear by, what people say they love is usually Youworld, Acha, and Saunders and Kaplan. But you see this Hurst, yeah? I did not hear so much about them. And someone recommended them because she passed by them. But I really did not like them. So what are you going to expect? When you pay for the Hurst, they are going to send out a workbook to you. This is how the workbook looks like. So it has like things you need to fill out while you're listening to the video. So they also give you access to like their video content bank where you watch the videos and then you fill out they are literally just reading what's in this book and explaining. So if you're a type that likes to read while they are being taught, I thought I would like it because I actually love this kind of setting. So it made me feel like I was in class. The teacher was teaching and then I was taking notes, I was jotting down, and everything she was saying was here. So it was actually quite interesting learning period. But when it comes to the most important content area that they need for the NCLEX, it's not really in them. Forget how big it is. The most part I enjoyed more was the fluid and electrolytes. That this host made me understand fluid and electrolyte like a baby, like a child, like the way I've never understood it before. Also, I liked their endocrine system. It was actually really straightforward. See all the notes I jotted down here. And then they also had a question bank as well. And theirs is a lot, but they also had like practice question where people generally always like to know what will make me know that I'm ready to pass the exam. So they had something like that for you. They had 4 questions of 125 each, and they'll tell you if you get 75 upward in the 4 of them consecutively, you are prepared to write the exam. The questions were not the best, but people have passed by it. So people always say use one resource. Like I said, if you're going to use the Hurst, please don't use any other thing else because you're going to get confused. They're in their own world for some reason. They have everything you need. They have the workbook, they have the video lectures, they have question bank. So if you use them, it's like you're in a whole course, 3 months course, whatever amount of time you buy, it's in depth. So you're going to actually study and you're going to pass the exam. So if you want to use them, please go ahead and use them. There's actually one more. There is NCLEX High Yield. So this one is owned by a doctor. His name is Dr. Zishan Hoodboy, probably known as Hoodboy. He's someone who failed his board exam like 8 times or 7 times as a doctor. And then the nursing board exam, medical board exam have some things in common in the United States. So he probably felt he could help more people. I really don't know why he chose to help nurses, but I don't know. So, but he really, really, really has great ways of demystifying our exam and what to know, what to expect. Like, it's like that's his calling. He's really good, but his program is actually really expensive. It's about $600 for his program. So he's gonna like do a lot of contact area, endless high yield topics. That's topics that you just have to know as a nurse. And he works best for repeat test takers, people who have actually been studying on their own. For some reason, they were not understanding something, or something was not working, or their strategy was not working for them. It's always like the last but stop. So if you have that kind of money, even for your first try, you could give him a shot. If you just know you want to write this exam and write it once and for all, you could try it out. He has free classes every Wednesday, 3 to 4 p.m. He also has free videos on YouTube. So you can just type Dr. Zishan NCLEX High Yield on YouTube and you're going to find him there. Follow him on Instagram, check his page out on YouTube. You're going to learn a lot. Even from his podcast, I learned a lot. And his strategy of answering questions, he uses the method and one axe graph to answer priority questions. So these are like tips and tricks of how to answer the NCLEX. It's actually really, really good. So for my last, if you're watching up to this point, I know you will like want to know what is this thing that this girl used as a repeat test taker. I said in my last video that I wrote this exam 3 times. A lot of you do not know, but yes, I wrote it 3 times. I believe there's a reason for everything because it actually made me know it and know it well. So the first time I probably gave myself, I studied in less than a month the first time. The second time I studied in 2 months, and then the third time I actually like really, really studied in like 6 weeks. So this is actually what broke the camel's back, what helped me. Oh, you see this book? I finished it. I finished these books. This is the comprehensive review, my dear. If you're in nursing school now, please start using this book. Okay? This is like comprehensive review from anatomy to med-surg to pharmacology, everything you need to know as a nurse. Literally. This is like the summarized version of everything you need to know. As summarized can be. To many people, this is not summarized because see, it's not like the things are big. See how tiny the information are. You like need to know everything inside here. So you might be wondering, how am I going to finish this thing in 6 weeks? And then this is their question and answer. Oh my god, if there's anything that helps me, if there's anything you should use, is this content, is this question and answer. I said the NCLEX was as if I was answering Saunders question and answer. Plus, their rationale is not like as in-depth as Youworld that will explain everything and explain everything. But their rationale, it had priority nursing tip, the most important thing you're supposed to know, and it had like test taking strategy. See, if you know your content and you don't know test taking strategy, that's not going to help. And if you know test taking strategy, you don't know content, it's still not going to help. So as much as you know your content, you still have to know your test taking strategy for this exam. Okay. So these questions and answers helped me the most. And it was a friend that recommended it to me. If you're watching this video, friend, you know it's you I'm talking about. Thank you so much. And that's why I'm recommending it to as many of you that are going to prepare for this exam. Look, don't be like me. Just go straight and use this book. If you want to buy any other online resource, you probably get Youworld, okay, or Acha if you don't have so much money. After finishing this book, for when I got to the exam hall, none of the questions were not unfamiliar. I knew a little about everything. I'm not even kidding you. The first time there were questions that threw me off. Like I don't even know what they're talking about at all. I just had to like guess. The second time I knew my content, but I didn't study more about test taking strategies. And then the third time I was able to like balance both of them. Now, this one, if you feel like it's overwhelming, I was watching YouTube one day and I stumbled across a lady. I can't remember her name or her YouTube channel. If I do, I will link it down in the description box below. She talked about how she was able to finish this book in 2 weeks. I was like, how? So there are actually fast ways to read this if you don't have enough time, but please don't skip this one. No. Read everything. So this, for the content review, if you don't have enough time, what she said she was doing was, you see this pyramid. As you can see, I highlighted some things there. This pyramid are the most important points you should know. And then there are some things in boxes are like highlighted red. Like you should know this by all means. And there are some things in boxes you should also know the red part. So those most important things, that's all she said she read. So she literally like came through the book and read those most important things. And she passed her NCLEX exam. Yes. Like me, I was reading everything without actually reading the most important thing. I don't know if that makes sense. So, but that, like I said, that helped me know a little about everything. But like, probably I was focused on the things that are probably not necessary, and I left the things that are necessary or that are simple. And guess what? After receiving my report, because if you fail, you're going to receive a report on the content area and how you do. You're meant to get a above passing score on all the content area, but I was getting above, and then near passing score on almost all of that area, and then the only one I'm getting below was basic care and support, and that's supposed to be like the simplest part of NCLEX. So literally NCLEX is simple. Let me tell you the truth, it's a test taking strategy you need to know, but the actual information is simple. I was failing the most simple part because I did not pay attention to basic care and support. Simple things like your general nursing fundamental, your basic nursing care. So I hope this video has helped you make a choice of the resource you want to use. And I hope I've been able to convince you and not to confuse you that you should use Saunders if you're an international student or if you're a multiple test taker, if you just want to pass your English exam. All right, I remain success. I'll remain on your screen as I continue on the journey to success. Thank you for joining me on this ride, and I wish you guys success in your NCLEX exam if you're preparing for it or if you want to prepare for it. And if you have any question, please drop it down in the comment section. I will be there to answer. And if you have any other tips and tricks that helped you, or if you have any other resource that you recommend to people, please put it down in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching, and do not forget to subscribe because that's what keeps us going. Honestly, please subscribe, okay? All right, bye.